Look at you. You comfortable? Huh? Warm bed? Food on tap? Screen in your face. Everything easy. And that's exactly why you're dying inside. You think freedom is that cozy lie, right? Sleeping in, zero rules? Wrong. That isn't freedom. It's a beautifully wrapped cage. Every time you hit the snooze button, every impulse buy, you're not gaining anything. You're signing up to be a slave to your own immediate exhaustion and poor habits. Comfort is poison. The truth is brutal, but simple. Discipline is the price of admission to your best life. It is the only currency that buys real power. Think about the greats. They don't wake up feeling inspired. The difference between winners and losers is simple. Winners act regardless of how they feel. Losers wait for the feeling. So, how do you stop waiting and start acting? How do you trade that painful, short-term discipline for absolute, long-term freedom? That's what we're breaking down. We're giving you the scientific mechanism behind true control, the champion's mindset that separates the strong from the weak, and the 3 non-negotiable steps to building a life where you never have to make an excuse again. The cage is an illusion. The key is in your hand. Now suffer and rise. 1. The illusion of freedom versus the real price. You lack discipline, and that's exactly why you're stuck. Most people walk around thinking freedom is the ultimate chill life, the permission to be lazy, the absence of rules. But that life, the one of endless comfort and impulse, is actually a beautiful cage. You're trading a difficult action today for an average, uninspired life forever. When you choose to hit snooze, you feel free for 5 minutes, but you're actually choosing to be a slave to your exhaustion. When you choose the endless scroll, you're trading short-term pleasure for long-term stagnation. You have the freedom to eat junk, but you are a slave to the resulting low energy, the brain fog, and the inevitable health issues. This is the real price you pay for weakness. Slavery to self. Here's the truth that cuts through all the excuses. If you lack discipline, you will never achieve anything great. You will stay weak. You will stay stuck. You will waste your life. Discipline is the foundation of everything. Without it, nothing else matters. You wait for motivation. You start something, then quit when it gets hard. You say, "I'll do it later," and later never comes. You believe the greats wake up motivated every day. They don't. The difference between winners and losers is simple. Winners act regardless of how they feel. Losers wait for the feeling. Discipline isn't doing what you love. It's doing what must be done. You don't work out because it's fun. You do it because it's necessary. You don't wake up early because you want to. You do it because it makes you sharper, stronger, dangerous. The price of freedom is accepting that feeling doesn't matter. Only the action does. You pay the painful price of discipline now, so you never have to pay the ultimate price of regret later. Look, most weak people see discipline as punishment. They see it as a painful restriction, a list of things they can't do. That is wrong. Discipline isn't a limitation. It is the ultimate power move. It's the strategy that buys you leverage over the 99% who are still slaves to their feelings. Think about the difference between a weak person and a champion. The champion doesn't wait for the feeling. They act strategically. Mike Tyson, one of the most ruthless competitors ever, understood this completely. He said, and pay attention here, discipline is doing what you hate, but doing it like you love it. That's the mechanism. It's not about finding joy in the chore. It's about controlling your emotions instead of letting your emotions control you. The truly weak are governed by their current emotional state. I don't feel like it, I'm too tired, I'll start tomorrow. The champion is governed by their long-term objective. This isn't just motivational talk. This is psychological warfare against your weaker self, and there's hard science proving it works. The core of this champion's mindset is called delayed gratification. The concept is simple. You defer a small, immediate reward for a greater reward later. You pay the small, short-term price of discipline now to collect the massive dividend of freedom later. The most famous proof of this mechanism is the Marshmallow Test. Decades ago, researchers offered children a single marshmallow, but told them if they could wait 15 minutes without eating it, they'd get a second one. Years later, they tracked those children. The kids who could wait, the disciplined ones who paid the price of patience consistently, had higher SAT scores, better stress management, and were significantly more successful in life. That is the absolute power of discipline. It's not luck, it's not talent, it's the proven ability to ignore the immediate comfort, the single marshmallow, to build a life of competence and choice. The second marshmallow, and everything after. You want power? You want freedom? Stop being a slave to your current feelings. Start paying the price now. That small pain today is your strategic investment for tomorrow.